Hey guys, welcome back to Impractical Gaming, and today we're talking about Absolver. Before I get started, I want to shout out Genesis Dela Cruz on YouTube for suggesting I try and review this game, and if anyone else has any games that they want me to look at, then feel free to leave a comment below and I'll definitely give it a look. Now, I love indie games because of their originality, and the amount of love that the developers put into them makes them very different from the AAA titles you usually see in gaming. So when this game was recommended to me and I heard it was a combat RPG with some game mechanics similar to Dark Souls, I had to buy this game. Absolver is less about being fed a story and following a timeline, and more about figuring out the story for yourself. I've been looking for an indie game to talk about on this channel since The Escapist, and I cannot wait to get started. Will Absolver impress like The Escapist, or will it flatter to deceive? Hi, my name is Adrian, and today we're talking about Absolver. The game starts you off with your character doing some kind of martial arts or training in a secluded temple. I mean, no words were really spoken throughout the scene, but I'm kind of guessing here. You're given a mask to cover your face from this guy, and then you're off to face off this barren wasteland. I like how these kind of games don't bother wasting time and just get straight into it. There's no tutorial as such, they just put up rather creepy looking statues to teach you the basics before the true game. Basically, you go around fighting enemies and the occasional boss, and progress through a story that you find out through the items you find and the encounters you face. From the start I noticed two things. One, this game is gorgeous. And two, this game is quiet. Like literally no sound. Honestly. I've already experienced this in The Last Guardian and I had mixed feelings about it then, so I didn't know how I was going to take it. But there wasn't the opportunity to kick ass in that game, so I'll let it slide. It doesn't take a genius to see that this game is very, very similar to Dark Souls in many aspects. From the hostile environment you're placed in, to the weapon and clothing system, to the attribute system to improve your character. Then there's less subtle comparisons like the altars, which look suspiciously similar to the bonfires. This isn't a bad thing, but I'm not the greatest at Dark Souls, so this doesn't bode well for me. Which means another game of me failing miserably. The gameplay is very heavy and quite complex, and it will take you a while to get the hang of it. From the starting menu, you're already giving a choice of what clan you're in, the appearance of your character, and one of three fighting styles. You have Forsaken, which is a kickboxing style focused more on parrying in order to counterattack, Cult, a more defensive style which converts damage you take and inflicts it back, and the style I went for, which is Windfall, a more agile and quick to react fighting style focused on dodging and avoiding the opponent to land a lethal blow. This is already an important decision because the difficulty changes depending on what you choose and whether you want to focus on strength or agility. And then there's the actual fighting in-game, which invites a lot of customization. First, there's the stances. When you're in combat mode, you go into one of four stances, and so will your opponent, and it's up to you to figure out which stance will work. Some work well than others, and figuring out quickly which stance to go into is not an easy task. The opponent constantly changes mid-combat, so your reactions to their movements is very key here. Once you find an opening, you can land a couple of hits, and these change depending on the combination you pick. Each stance has a set of moves which you can customize yourself to your liking, so really no two players will fight the same way. But it doesn't stop there. There's even more combinations if you wield a sword, your bare hands, or even some gloves. So sure, your combos are great, but what if you're still dying at every opportunity? Well, it's probably because you haven't improved your attributes. As you level up, you'll get points to spend on different attributes. Dexterity and strength for, well, strength. Vitality for health, endurance and will for defense and counterattacks, and mobility for speed, though this depends on the equipment you're wearing, which can also be used to improve these attributes. Oh, but we're not done yet. There's also your secondary abilities which can replenish health, weigh down opponents and push them away as well. So you can imagine there's quite a lot you need to do in order to succeed in this game. And if you can't do it yourself, then you can work together with someone else to get the job done. However, that can go horribly wrong, as this guy found out, because I was not the greatest partner. I mentioned this earlier, but this game is gorgeous. I mean, it was made on the Unreal Engine, so I expected a certain level of quality, but it's still very impressive considering it was indie devs that made the game. There are some details that need polishing, but overall it does look good. How they display this world to the player to make the own assumptions is pretty cool. You can't really interact with anything in the world, it's just barren and empty and soulless. I find it quite creepy that there are just statues of what I can only assume are of those who used to live here, but they kind of paint their own picture. I don't know what happened here or why we're here now, but clearly some kind of tragedy has happened here. Are we here to help or are we the culprits? The fact that I don't know is so annoying, but it's so interesting. always want to give indie games some kind of leeway when it comes to this section, but it does have some issues. My first problem is probably more for console gamers rather than PC gamers, but it's to do with the stances, more specifically the transition between them. These fights are intense and difficult and requires you to be on your toes as much as possible, but the transition on PS4 from one stance to another is too slow. You have to hold R2 and flick the right stick in the direction of the stance you want, and this is all while there's an enemy ready to kick your ass. This can get real annoying when you're trying to gain the edge but the buttons just don't respond as you want. And this game is hard enough as it is, so I don't really need something else to make it worse. My other issue is just general lag in the game. This game is online, so sometimes some of the world doesn't load properly or you just can't get into areas you could previously. Sometimes it's not too bad, but others it's bordering on ridiculous. Maybe it's my connection, I don't know, but it's frustrating how it happens so often. Really, this is something that devs should look into, because other than that, this game is really well done. I'm really glad I was recommended this game. It's different, it's fun, and it plays so well. The different customization options and ways you can fight adds a ton of replay value to an already impressive campaign, and I look forward to finding out about every single detail of this world I'm put in. Games like this are why I love indie games so much and will forever support them, and I highly recommend you give this game a go if you get the chance. That's it for today. Give the video a like, leave a comment, subscribe, share, and make sure to keep those notifications on, it really helps. Thanks for watching and keep on gaming.